Hey everybody, I am so excited to share with you guys my results from doing 6 weeks of alternate day fasting. And we are doing a live stream. I decided to do a live stream this time so that way you guys can ask questions. I'm going to answer all the questions at the end of the live stream. But if you are coming on, let me know if you can actually hear me. You can see me fine. I know we've had technical issues in the past. These always kind of freak me out a little bit just with technology issues trying to work out. So if you are coming in, I feel like there's actually a couple people coming in. Just shout out where you're coming from, where you are, and just let me know. So we're going to go ahead and dive in as far as what my results were for 6 weeks. I'm doing alternate day fasting. And then if you have any questions, go leave it in the comment section below. And then I'll make sure to actually respond to as much questions as I can at the end of this live stream. So first diving in, let's talk about kind of like the struggles that I had with doing alternate day fasting this week. What happened with this past week is that I also hit a Saturday-Sunday situation like a couple weeks before where there was a family gathering. And what happened is, I did eat like I normally should on Saturday, and then Sunday I was supposed to fast. That morning, my in-laws were in, and my mother-in-law made me one of my favorite dishes, which is chorizo torta. If you guys haven't had that, it's absolutely delicious. And, in that culture, if refusing food, it's kind of an offense, but I mean, she understands, but I decided, to go ahead and eat because I'm starting to transition where I'm going to start just alternate day fasting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, eat. So I decided to do that, and that was a struggle, but I was able to kind of not beat myself up too much about it just because I know that's kind of the transition that I want to move towards. And the other things that, that I started to change as well is I decided to give myself 3 days a break from running. I still exercise 5 days out of the week, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I decided not to go for a run. Friday, I did lift weights, and that was a struggle. Hey, I see some people coming on here. Tony, what's up, Tony? And Time Traveling Human, what's up? Yeah, go ahead and leave in your comment section below. Like I said, at the end of the video live stream, I will answer you guys' questions. So as far as just what I changed in my exercise routine is I did 5 days of exercise versus 6. I just kind of felt like my body was I was overworking it just a little much, and I was getting a lot of aches and pains. So I decided to take 3 days from running a break. And when I went running on Monday, I actually was able to run the fastest I ever was able to do in a long time. And that was just for me to kind of repair. I think it's important to kind of give yourself a break, especially if you're starting to deal with muscles and aches. Give yourself a break. So, and I've been implementing more lifting. I'm exercising longer periods of time, as well as doing 3 days a week of exercise, of lifting weights versus just 2 days out of the week. So I've mixed it up a little bit, kind of tricked my body. And, other challenges that I kind of faced for me was really just kind of seeing the changes differently as far as the results, which I've kind of got past that as far as, what weight is. It's more about looking at kind of different measurements and how you look and how you feel. As overall with my health, I feel like, I have more energy and able to just feel more alive, and just my mood being better. So why don't I go ahead and dive into my results, and I kind of want this to be a little interactive, kind of like I did with the last video, as far as what you guys think my results were just in this past week. So let's first go over what my waist size was. And, so if I remember correctly, last week from my month-long results, I was at, let's see here, just give me a second. I was at 38.5 inches waist size. So leave in the comment section below of how much do you think I lost in inches, half an inch, 2 inches, a quarter inch. What do you guys think I lost as far as my waist size of doing another week of alternate day fasting? So if you guys haven't typed it in, let's see if anybody has. Looks like, just let me know if there's any delay on my end. But what my waist size was is I lost another half an inch. So I went from 38.5 inches from last week to 38 inches. So half inch is actually pretty good. And if you guys remember from the very beginning of before doing the alternate day fasting, I was at 43 inches of a waist size. So that's pretty significant to be able to see a 5-inch reduction. That's huge, just in 6 weeks of doing alternate day fasting. The next thing is also measuring, I always like to measure from my butt to my waist. And where I was last week was, last week was at 43.75 inches. So how much do you guys think I lost in inch size with that? Leave that in the comment section below. All right, so what I'd actually lost in with that was another 0.75 inches. So I went from 43.75 inches to 43 inches from my butt to my waist. And I find that actually pretty significant in just in a week's time to be able to lose that much. And it's what's significant about that is also seeing where I came from too. If you guys don't remember from also last week talking about my month-long results, is that I was at 47 inches from my butt to my waist. Now, the other thing is I also measure my thigh. So my thighs, as far as what inches were those, I was at, last week was at 23.15 inches. And I lost I was at 22.75 inches is what my measurements were for this week. And from the very beginning, before the alternate day fasting, I was at 26 inches. So that's pretty big. Seeing that big change as far as just measurements. I started doing this, and I should have done the very beginning measuring myself with a tape measure, because sometimes weight, especially when you start lifting more, muscle weighs more than fat. And I've always noticed whenever I've exercised and start lifting more, I tend to hit this phase where I'll gain a little bit more. Because what you're doing is you're activating certain muscles that have been activated for a long time, and it starts to retain water for a while, and so you'll kind of hit this plateau, or you might go up a little bit when you start exercising more frequently. And that's what I've kind of noticed with myself, is that over the weeks, I'm not losing as much as far as weight per se, but I'm definitely losing inches. I'm looking, more lean, more cut, looking in the mirror, those kind of things. My face is trimming down. Those are things that I see as more of a, a benefit coming from that. Now, as far as what I lost in weight on the scale, what do you guys think it is? Did I lose 5 pounds, 3 pounds, 2 pounds, half a pound? What do you guys think? Put that in the comment section below as far as how much I lost. Before I kind of go in as far as how much I lost in the weight, the other thing I want to stress as far as implementing other healthy practices. So if you guys are new to what I'm doing as far as this journey, my journey is to try to lose 40 pounds. Now, why 40 pounds? Well, to me, before I got married, I was about 190 pounds. And right before I did this, I got to 239.7 pounds. So 0.3 pounds away from being in the obese category, according to the BMI. Okay. And to me, the reason why I want to lose 40 pounds, to me, I feel like, being just under 200 pounds is a good weight for me. I'm very tall. I've usually been skinny most growing up until I hit about 19. I was really a skinny twig, but once I hit 19, something happened to my metabolism. I started gaining weight pretty quickly. I've always had to implement exercise, good eating, healthy habits, implementing fasting. I've done that ever since I was 18, doing things like 36 hours, 3-day fast, alternate day fasting. But this is the first time I've actually really been consistent this long doing alternate day fasting, and I've seen such great results with it. I haven't been able to exercise like this since before my marriage, and we've been married for almost 5 years. And it's really nice to kind of see that I can actually be able to still do this in my mid-30s. And I know it gets difficult with life as things just get piled on. I know you guys do. It's just tough for people to kind of see what's happening as far as what goes on in the background when people really don't know. And it's tough for me because, I promote health. I'm a doctor. I'm a family doctor. And I promote a lot of natural medicine and nutrition and stuff like that. And when you're gaining weight, it definitely takes a toll on you. And I know at the beginning of this year, I said to myself, you know what? I really need to start focusing on my health and not worrying about so much on work and give myself time on my own health. And that's what I decided to do. And it's been nice to kind of see that I've been very consistent with exercise and eating well and consistently doing consistently doing alternate day fasting every single week. And that's amazing. So what I lost this week, drum roll. So what do you guys think? Put in the comment section below how much I lost just in this last week. Well, I only lost 1 pound, and that's okay. I just lost 1 pound, but to me, what's a bigger benefit was the inches that I lost. Because what my body's doing right now in this stage, and maybe you guys are going through this yourself, is you're kind of hitting that kind of plateau and you're getting a little frustrated because if you guys have known, I've only been losing about 1 pound, 1.5 pounds these last 2 or 3 weeks. Whereas, the very first week I lost 7 pounds. And the next week I lost, 3.5 pounds or 4 pounds. I can't quite remember. And it's kind of hit that plateau. But my body's definitely changing quite a bit internally. Things such as like autophagy, definitely cleaning things out in the system and be able to feel great. I haven't got a headache in the longest time, which is awesome. So these are just things that are beneficial with doing alternate day fasting. And it isn't the scale. The scale isn't the be all. And I'm realizing that more and more, even though, yes, we want to see more weight being, down, but I realize that you're going to hit this plateau and then you'll start finding that, you'll start losing more weight as your body's transitioning, as you're exercising more, you're lifting more weights.